I'm actually gonna have this recorded. So thank you guys for coming on, and we're gonna start right now. Right now. All right. So once again, my name is David, and one of the things I'm gonna be covering, it's gonna be an assessment. I want to take it back to the basics, fundamentals. I want to take it back to the beginning. I truly feel like by understanding the basic fundamentals of trading, it could definitely help you move forward and elevate your trading process. So one thing I truly want to cover is the basic fundamentals of point in percentage. All right. So does anyone know what point in percentage is?
I do not, David.
Okay. All right. So what a point in percentage is, it's pretty much the acronym for PIP. All right. This is like the first thing that I truly believe everyone should know and everyone should focus on. PIP. Everyone always asks, what is a PIP? How does the PIP move? Or if any individuals talk about, oh, I gained 20 pips today, or I gained 50 pips today, it's definitely something that I truly believe that is going to help you with the basic fundamentals. So it's pretty much what a pip is. It's the increment in the market, right? It's the increment in the market, and it's how much the market moves on a daily basis. Whether it fluctuates on the seconds, it fluctuates in the minutes, it fluctuates in the hours, and it fluctuates in the daily time frame as well too, right? So the pip, what a pip does is you can find where a pip is on the left side, on the right side of my screen on TradingView. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys give me 1 second. I just want to give you guys an example, right? So let me just clear my screen real quick. Okay. So let's say, for example, you have a pair, right? GBP USD. Or let's say you have a pair EUR USD, right? And EUR USD at that particular time, EUR USD, it's at 1.6505, right? So the way we measure a pip is by literally counting the fourth number after this decimal point. So what is the fourth number after the decimal point? At the number that I typed in earlier today, this number right here. Which one would you consider the fourth number? Anybody? All right. So the fourth number would be the number 5. All right. The fourth number would be the number 5. All right. So if the market went up from 1.6505 all the way to 1.6506, how many pips did the market go up? Does anybody know? Hello? Hello? Anybody on? Sasha? Garcia? Grady? All right. So if the market went up from 1.6505 to 1.6506, the market actually went up by 1 pip. Okay? So the way we measure the pip, we measure the pip by the fourth number. So depending on how many pips the market goes up or goes down, we do the difference between the original number that you enter into the market and the market number when you're exiting the market as well too. All right. So if you enter the market at 1.6500 and you left the market at 1.6550, the market went up by a total of 50 pips. Okay? So the 0.8 percentage is the fourth number that you see during the currency pair of two currencies, right? The GBP USD, it's the fourth number, the pip is going to be the 5. GBP JPY is a different type of pip. I'm definitely going to get into that afterwards. GBP AUD, the fourth number, the pip is a 2. GBP NZD, the fourth number, the pip would be a 5. GBP CAD, the fourth number would be a 6, right? And so forth and so on, right? But as you can see, majority of these pairs actually have a small little number next to it. So we consider the small number to be a pipette. All right. We don't really calculate the pipette when we're trading into the market. So that's the reason why it's a smaller number. We just disregard it altogether. So we don't really want to focus on the pipette as much. We wouldn't want to focus on the pips, because the pips is what's gonna accumulate your profit at a rapid pace, at a more I guess you could say upscale pace, right? The pipette is just a fraction of what a pip is. So you could consider it as like a step brother, right? So it's like a number that you don't really need to focus on. You don't really need it. Like, it doesn't have to be there, but it's just there to calculate, the fraction of the pip. But it's not really necessarily when it comes to trading, right? So when it comes to every single pair, majority of the pairs have 4 numbers after the decimal point. But there's a specific pair which we know as JPY that calculates by the second number after the decimal point. Okay? So when we look at GBP JPY on the right side, we see that the number is 146 0.88. So the second number, which is this number right here, if I could, okay. Would I be able to, let me see if I'll be able to tally it. Okay. All right. Okay. I wasn't able to tally it. Okay. All right. So the second number, which is the 8, I apologize, guys. Okay. The second number which is an 8 would be considered the pip that we're looking for. When it comes to JPY pairs. All right. So JPY pairs are the only pairs that doesn't have 4 numbers after the decimal point. JPY pairs only have 2 decimals. Two numbers after the decimal. So when it comes to the JPY pairs, the pip is counted differently compared to Euro pairs, USD pairs, GBP pairs, Swiss franc pairs, and AUD pairs, right? So I just want to create 2 columns real quick, right? One column, the first column is the pairs that has the fourth that has the 4th decimal place after the decimal. And they would be considered as GBP, USD, EUR, CAD, AUD, CHF, and ZD, right? And the second column would be is for the pairs that only has 2 numbers after the decimal point. And the only pair that we consider to have 2 numbers after the decimal point, that would be JPY, okay? Which is also known as Japanese yen. All right. So I'm just gonna label these for you guys as well too. All right, so GBP is known as the Great Britain pound. USD is the United States dollar. Okay. EUR is the euro. CAD is the Canadian dollar. AUD is the Australian. All right, CHF is the Swiss. And NZD is the New Zealand dollar. Okay. All right, so these are the pairs that have 4 numbers placed after the decimal, and the only pair that doesn't have 4 numbers after the decimal is JPY, right? So when it comes to calculating pips and how pips move, one thing you really want to focus on is knowing that the pip starts on the right side after the decimal and it goes up by the increment of 1. So every time it goes up by 1 pip. Every time it goes down, it goes down by 1 pip, right? So if we have a Japanese yen, if we're focused on GBP, JPY, and the original price is 14688, and the new price is 14686. How many pips did GBP, JPY go down by? Anybody? If you want to unmute yourself, you can unmute yourself. Okay. All right. Well, just to let you guys know, the price went down by 2 pips. All right. To some people, it may not be a lot, but to others, 2 pips is definitely, I see any pip as profitable pips. So even though it's on a small increment of 2, it's definitely could be profitable depending on your lot sizes and whatnot, right? So now, if you were to trade a pair as GBP USD and the original price was 1.3725 and the market went up by 75 pips, what would be the new price for GBP USD? Okay, so the new price would be 1.3800 for GBP USD. All right, so the reason for that is because when you add 1.3725 plus 75 pips, five plus 5 is 0. You carry the 1. 7 plus 2 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. So you have 2 zeros. Now you carry the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. And so you just add all the other numbers down. So your new price would be 1.3800 for GBP USD. All right, and that's how you calculate pips. All right, so just to go back, the way we measure a pip is by counting the 4th number after the decimal point for certain pairs. Right, the 4th number would be the number 5 when it comes to Euro USD. Right, so the example that I gave is 1.6505. Right. So if 1.6505 went up to 1.6506, how many pips did the market go up? The market actually went up by 1 pip. You entered the market at 1.6500 and you left the market at 1.6550. The difference between these two numbers is a total of 50 pips. Right? So we want to always calculate the fourth number after the decimal point, which would be the first number when it comes to calculating how many pips the market went up or the market went down, right? There's always going to be a little number, which is also known as the pipette. A pipette is just a fraction of what a pip is. Some people consider it as like a step sibling or step brother or sister. The reason for that is because pipette, certain siblings, they try to avoid one another. So we don't really calculate the pipette when it comes to calculating how many pips the market went up or went down by, right? But there's only a specific pair that we know that doesn't have four numbers after the decimal point, and that currency pair is known as JPY, which is Japanese yen. All right, which is Japanese yen. All right. So the Japanese yen only have two numbers after the decimal point. So the 8 would be considered the pip that we're looking for when it comes to JPY pairs. So I drew out two columns for you guys once again, just to refresh. The first column is GBP, USD, Euro, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, Swiss franc, and the New Zealand dollar. And these are the pairs that have four numbers after the decimal point. All right. And in the second column, the only pair that has only two numbers is JPY, okay, which is the Japanese yen. So we consider the 8 to be the pip, while we considered the 5 in Euro USD to be the pip. All right. So now when we just calculate GBP USD original price, which is 1.3725, and the market went up by 75 pips, the new total price for GBP USD would be 1.3800, because when you add 25 plus 75, you get 100, and 100 plus 3,700 gives you 3,800, and you just carry the one down. Okay, so this is the first lesson of point in percentage, which is also known as a pip. I hope this was very helpful for you guys. I do have this recorded, so if anyone wants a copy of it afterwards, and if anyone has any comments or concerns, or any constructive feedback, please feel free to contact me personally, or just let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in 2 days. Take care, everybody.